Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary.
Reggaeboyz Commentary. Like, share and subscribe, please.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggaeboyz Commentary.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary.
Yes, Reggaeboyz Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah?
Reggaeboyz Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggaeboyz Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order? Yeah.
You know, procrastination is a plague, a real plague. And if you're not careful, tendencies can turn into habits, and habits turn into lifestyles, and lifestyles stick with you. And it's hard to break those lifestyles. So when you practice complacency, procrastination, you won't succeed. And when other teams in the region are improving, getting better, stronger, faster, fitter, getting their necessary qualifications, we can't afford to sit down and do nothing. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggaeboyz Commentary. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. This is your hub for everything relating to Jamaican football. This is your #1 hub for Jamaican football content. So, I know you see the title of this video and you are wondering where we're talking about, because we talked about Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, which is the French dependency located in the North American region. It's just off the coast of Newfoundland, the Canadian province. And now what we're going to do is look at another landmass that is looking to gain entry into CONCACAF. And this would be the biggest team to enter CONCACAF yet. And who are we referring to here? Well, we are referring to none other than Greenland. Greenland has the strong case. So what is the deal here? Greenland, as we know, could join UEFA due to the political links it has with Denmark, or CONCACAF due to its geographical location. However, Greenland announced a few weeks ago that the association had officially begun the process of becoming a member of CONCACAF and are expected to attend CONCACAF's next Congress with observer status. It is also anticipated that the association will submit its formal application by 2024 or 2025. Now, yes, this would rule them out for 2026 World Cup qualifying, but this puts them right in the game for 2030. Right in the game for 2030. And some of you might be wondering, well, Greenland? Where is Greenland? What is Greenland? Where is Greenland? Where can I find such a place? Well, what I'm going to do is, as you can see on your screen here, you have right now a landmass, a very, very keen landmass, a landmass that is known for this is North America. This is North America right here. This is Canada. This is the United States. And this right here is Jamaica. As you can see, we've been getting a lot of showers, drizzle throughout the course of this weekend. But we're going to go north. We're going to go north. Not here, not here, not here, and not here. A lot of people think we're going here, but no, we're not going here. Nope, we're not going there. We're going right here to a landmass called Greenland. Imagine the Reggae Boys of Jamaica playing a World Cup qualifying 2030 rather. Well, 2028 for the 2030 World Cup qualifying campaign, playing in Itokotormit or Nuuk or Aisat or Ulisat or Sasut. I'm serious, that's a real place. This place right here is one of the few places in Greenland where ice is not completely taken over the land. And this is pronounced Itokotormi. 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 Say it with me, guys. Itokotormi. Itokotormi. So you're not going to pronounce the T. So this is Itokotormi. This is the future that we have. This is the future that we have once Greenland gets its approval. This is pronounced Itokotormi. It is pronounced Itokotormi. Itokotormi. So Jamaica could have games in Itokotormi, or on the west coast, games in Nuuk or Pamui or Nanatalik. But most likely in one of two places, Nuuk or right here, Itokotormi. And you might say, Simon, spill the beans. What really is going on here? And I'll happily do that. I'll happily do that. For this, we're going to go to another piece of information. And that's why we're going right here. Greenland will be attending the next CONCACAF Congress. They will be observing. Articles suggest that it will be extremely challenging for them to be a member of UEFA. So they want to play football, but guess what? They're going to be competitive once they can meet these requirements. It is required that Greenland must have a covered football pitch where can be at least 3,000 seated spectators. I think that is achievable in the country of their landmass. The facilities must be in place if the national team is to come and play in this country. And another requirement is that the players must be able to go to the stadium from the airport within half an hour. So the airport should be within half an hour of the stadium. It shouldn't be further than that. So they're going to have an airport expansion in Nuuk, which would certainly both things. As mentioned, they will be attending the next CONCACAF Congress. And they are working with what is necessary. But they have admitted that for the time being, they can have their home games in the US, Canada, or in Iceland. So can you imagine Jamaica going to UEFA to play a World Cup qualifier, going to Reykjavik in Iceland? If Greenland becomes part of the CONCACAF family, it will not mean that the national teams will be able to play against right away. That's just true because you have the CONCACAF Nations League and you'll have to start in League C. So that's the situation. But they're putting in their formal application for 2025, which would mean approval will come 2026, which would mean that they would be able to compete in World Cup qualifying for the 2030 campaign. Do you guys know that Greenland has produced fantastic football players, like Greenlandic-born football players? Greenlandic-born football players. Did you know that? They've produced some splendid football players over the years. Yes, they've gone on to represent other countries, that is true, but I'm sure you all will remember a Danish footballer by the name of Jesper Grønkjær. Jesper Grønkjær of Ajax, Chelsea, Birmingham, Atletico Madrid. Yep, that same Jesper Grønkjær. Played 80 times for Denmark. Played for Denmark in the 2002 and 2010 World Cup. That same Jesper Grønkjær. Born and raised in Greenland. Born and raised in Greenland. Yep. Greenland. So just let that sink in for a moment regarding Jesper Grønkjær. For those avid cricket fans, they'll know about Martin Pedersen, who represents Denmark, but was born in Greenland. Especially those individuals that watch county cricket and those that watch Division 1 European Championship cricket, they would know Martin Pedersen, born and raised in Greenland. And if you were to look at the Greenlandic national team right now, they have a decent base to work with. Although they haven't played a lot of matches against FIFA members, they still have experience against FIFA members though. They played against Bermuda. They've lost twice, but they've still played against Bermuda. They played against Gibraltar a couple of times. They've won 2 and they've lost 2. They played against Iceland. They've won 2. Well, they've lost both games against Iceland. So they have games against these sorts of teams. They have played against FIFA members. They have competed in the Island Games when they've finished runners-up back in 2017. This team in particular, especially under the tutelage of Morten Rukia, is a team that has to be looked out for. We can't afford anymore to drop our guard. We can't. I spoke about Saint-Pierre Miquelon, and guess what? Greenland can do the same as well. Greenland can also call upon players that were born in Denmark to Greenlandic grandparents or parents playing in a Danish top flight against Jamaica in CONCACAF. That is the future. That is a possibility. That is something that should not be ignored. That is something that really, 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 really could happen as the time progresses. Trust me. So, I know some of you might be saying to yourself, but Simon, how do I... Okay, let's say Jamaica was to go to Greenland, right? Jamaica plays a World Cup qualifier against Greenland. How do we even get there? What flight route do I take? What day of the week do I go? Do I take a small jet? Is there a jumbo jet? There's a number of routes that can be taken. A few. And it goes a bit like this. It could be Jamaica, Kingston to Newark, Newark to Reykjavik, Reykjavik to Newark or Itokotormi. Or you could go from Kingston to London, London to Copenhagen, Copenhagen to Itokotormi or Newark. So entering into Greenland, go through Iceland, you could go through Denmark, and some parts of northern Canada. That's how you get into Greenland. Interesting times ahead, eh? But let this be a sobering thought, that the rest of the world is catching up, that the rest of the world wants a piece of the pie, that delicious, succulent, juicy, mouth-watering piece of a World Cup appearance. Everybody is holding their hands up. Even Barbados is pulling out the stops to get passports for players in the UK for the 2026 cycle. Everybody's taking this seriously. And although Greenland might not be eligible for the 2026 qualifying, for 2030, they will certainly put themselves in good stead. Remember when Montenegro got UEFA status? They were like the minnows, weren't they? But they've slowly but surely built themselves into a team that could at least challenge for tournament appearances. Gibraltar still has some distance to go, same as Kosovo, but guess what? You start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And when you look at the situation with Greenland, the talent at their disposal, they can be a dangerous team in CONCACAF. So at the start I said that procrastination, for me and for everybody, it should be a sin. You can't let that happen. Procrastination is something that should never happen. You can't have that in this time and age. You can't have procrastination when you have countries that are looking to improve on their well-being, countries that are growing, learning, nurturing. Not anymore. Not anymore. We can't do that anymore. It's time. It's time. Everybody has to pull up their socks now. You can't leave anything to chance. And from this moment forward, we have to take notice. Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, they're coming. Greenland, they're also coming. And I will mention in future videos all the teams that are coming in CONCACAF. We better believe it. Tyrant McGee is improving. He came on at the halftime today with UPenn 3-0 down and had a good game. He was even winning a couple of ground duels. That's impressive. Really, really impressive. Top of the hour, Simon Blueheart, how you doing? And guys, any questions you can hit up the super chat feature and we take it from there for any questions that you may have. How that Greenland play Kosovo in a friendly? Greenland has the ability, has the links to play anybody in UEFA. They're not short of those connections, especially with the help from their big brother, Denmark. We don't need to worry, Simon. We are fast, big and strong. Greenlandic people are big and strong. They might not be fast as us, but they are strong. And to have the mental strength to endure winters of minus 70 degrees, you must have significant mental strength. What players are Bermuda looking for, by the way, Simon? Majority of them, to be quite frank with you, apply their trade within the National League, League 2 and League 1. But one player in particular who Bermuda are keen to get on board is an individual that was born in their country but is yet to represent Bermuda at the senior level, and that's Nathan Trott. Nathan Trott, as we know, is a goalkeeper at West Ham United, and he even represented West Ham United in the FA Cup back in the 2020-21 season. He spent on loan in League 2 last year and also spent some time at AFC Wimbledon in League 1 in terms of on loan. But there's so many players that were born in Bermuda but just haven't got the opportunity to represent Bermuda at this point in time, you know. So That one player in particular that is hoping for an opportunity. We know about Parfit Williams that was at West Ham from 2015 to 2017 in the first team, but he's had a bit of a roller coaster of things and he's looking for another club right now. I think the motorcycle accident that he had, where he bruised his hip, was a tough one. And I don't think he's truly recovered from that hip situation. But hopefully it does. Hopefully it does recover in due time. Ishmael King says, big up, Simon. Big up. Hope you're doing well. They have Denmark. Well, we got England. But guess what? Denmark are a disciplined unit. In artists, Greenland shouldn't be allowed to be in this region. I'd love to hear why you say why, because geographically they're looking to be on it. Just like they had a complaint about why Australia is part of the Asian Confederation. To me, that is still, I don't want to say quirks, it's quirky for me, but what I will say is that it was quite eye-opening for me when I heard the news that Australia was going to join the Asian Football Confederation. So it doesn't matter if they're beating American Samoa 31-0 and Vanuatu 22-0. It just means that the other teams have to raise their standard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Courtney Hawes also has Bermudan heritage as well. But Nathan Trott is a prime example of an individual that they're looking for. It's honestly quite disappointing that a person who I considered a friend is dead. And that's Asagi Bascom. And Asagi Bascom is honestly one of the most unassuming human beings you'll ever meet. Asagi Bascom was such a kind-hearted individual. Anytime you need interviews, you could reach him. Asagi was calm. And trust me, I've known Asagi since his time in the Valencia Academy with Luca Levy and Martin Davis. I've known of Asagi since then. I've known of Asagi when he was playing in Spain. So I knew the ability from then. I knew his brother who plays cricket for Bermuda. But you know, this Bermuda team now, if they put their cards right, they're a team capable of doing some serious business, you know. They still have Zico Lewis, Naki Wells, or as some person say, Nakai Wells, Reggie Lam, LeJean Simmons, Rai Simmons, Damon Ming was one of their top scorers back in the day. But now, in terms of players they can rely on, look at the likes of Dante Leverock, Roger Lee, good players that they have part of their roster right now. Yeah, Asagi Bascom was a good guy. Loved Jamaican culture too. Was a Rasta. Just like his dad and his brothers. Yeah. Asagi Bascom, eh? What a guy. What's up with Montserrat? Was impressed with them in the qualifiers with Lyle Taylor at Forest. Hopefully they can get the Willock brothers on board and get friendlies. Look, Montserrat, for me, are a team that deserves a Gold Cup. And if it wasn't if Jamaica didn't lose to El Salvador back in 2019, Montserrat would have been in the Gold Cup for 2019. I'm telling you. Because if you look at how the Nations League qualification was at that stage, yeah, it was just a situation of, yeah. But Matty Willock former Manchester United player. He has already represented Montserrat. He is most recently at Salford City. Chris Willock is yet to don the Emerald Boys shirt. But they have some good players. Granted, majority of them are non-league players, but they have some quality. We spoke about Willock. We have Alex Dyer, Nathan Pond. So the talent is there. Lyle Taylor. Brandon Conley for me was my favorite player. Brandon was at QPR for some time and spent some time at Colchester and Bolton. So I really like the work of Brandon and what he has been able to do. So yeah, Reggae Boyz fans, I really want you to use this weekend and process what I'm about to tell you now. Saint-Pierre et Miquelon, French dependency. Greenland is under the Kingdom of Denmark. I hope you guys get the picture of what I just said a while ago. These teams are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. They're not budging. They're not moving. They want a piece of the pie. And guess what? If we stand still, if we twiddle our thumbs, if we do nothing for the next 2 years or more, Greenland will be celebrating. Saba, Saint-Pierre et Miquelon will be thinking about the future. These dependencies, they have ammunition on their side in resources. They can call upon players from the Danish Super League in Greenland. Saint-Pierre et Miquelon can call up Ligue 2 players. We can't right now. But you know, we press forward and we move on. Just process that for this weekend. Reggae Boyz fans, process that this weekend. While other teams are catching up, Montserrat, Bermuda, Barbados, Guyana are sorting out the passports for players. Saint-Pierre et Miquelon working on their CONCACAF registration. Greenland getting ready to be an observer in CONCACAF before they can get full membership. Other teams are pushing, and we haven't even talked about the Dutch yet. We haven't talked about Aruba. We haven't talked about Bonaire. We haven't talked about Suriname, and we haven't even talked about Curaçao. Are you ready? I hope you all are ready. I can't say that the footballing world didn't know, because Greenland is here to stay. And come 2024, 2025, when they get that approval from CONCACAF, they're not just going to be content with playing in the region. No. They're coming for Gold Cup and World Cup places. Reggae Boyz fans, thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. Really, really appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Reggaeboyz Commentary for more content.